All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Baddy Overwatch League Season 6. This is Game 2 of Week Number 1 here. I am 30, brought to you by, once again, I have personal sponsors. It's always the co-caster, and it is Freefy, by the teammate of mine. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful, feeling really good off of our 2-1 victory that we just had.
Me too. It felt good. Unfortunate with the checkers missing on the first map there, but I think it played out well enough. And
it was like what we said in chat, or what the team said in chat. What more Baddy fashion to start the league than to have a sub game 1?
Yeah, an emergency sub at that with technical issues. Yep, it was a very expected start here, but. Here in Game 2, we have the Daki Makara Death Squad.
I'm going to leave you to the pronunciations here.
Yep, thank you. And fine dining and breathing a little bit easier on that side. But yeah, on the blue side here for the Death Squad, looks like tonight we're going to have Dreaded DPS, Canuck, Destructive Dude, AJ0, Heron, and Otterbotter in the starting lineup with Zed as the bench player tonight. And then on FDAB, Fine Dining and Breathing, looks like we have Josh Danko, Crystallized, Wacky Tobacco, Evilite, Cuban Pete, and Dirty Dan, with Vampy Worm as their sub tonight as well. What do you think about this match between these two teams? Where do you view their strength?
Well, they both got great tank players on each side of the team. Destructive Dude being a really good main tank, and then Heron liking to flex on off tank. I did scrim against the team. We scrimmed against this team, and they had Canuck on off tank. They were trying everything out, and I don't know if they exactly know who's playing what role yet. So it'll be fun to see who's doing what there. But I know on FDAB, which by the way, just saying it like that, I'm going to refer to them as FDAB for the rest of the season. Josh Danko being good diva, being a good Zarya, playing Reinhardt when his team needs it. Crystallized last season. He was the off-tank for the team Destructive Dude was on, so look to him to probably being a good off-tank player here for Josh Danko. And then looking at the rest of FDAB, I see 3 DPS players, so are we going to see triple DPS coming out of this team?
I think we might. Yeah, it certainly, with the patch hitting recently, folks, a lot of DPS characters were buffed. Goats is a little bit weakened, but not totally dead, rip. And yeah, I mean, the meta, at least this patch, I think really favors triple or quad DPS setups if you can pull it off. But really, the key is the Wrecking Ball. That's kind of the go-to meta tank. It seems like if you can play it, your team will definitely get a good advantage going into the season.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. Wrecking Ball has so much disruption in his kit and the ability to bully any Rein Zarya, especially on a map like Hanamura that has the access to the Pit of Death in the back behind the bell area. Wrecking Ball can just bully teams off of the point. And there we see it. Wacky Tobacco instantly locking Wrecking Ball on attack.
Yep, I like this move a lot. Yeah, he has a lot of good swings, like you said, into this first point on Hanamura. And with some environmentals thrown in, why not? But it looks like on the blue side for the Daki Makara Death Squad, gonna be a double DPS setup. Dreaded DPS on Widowmaker. It's Heron on one of his 2 heroes, Sombra, the other one being Pharah. But very expected. He played a lot of that against us in that scrim, but I mean, I think people already knew that, right? He's going into the season. He's amazing at Pharah and Sombra got buffed, and I think she's really good. She might be busted. We'll see.
Now, the buff you're referring to, that's the 4-second cooldown on hacking health packs?
Correct, yeah.
Alright, yeah, I would consider that the buff as well.
And here we go. The action starts. FDAB looking to breach this opening choke here. Josh Danko really making the space, along with Crystallize, the Brigade buddy, by his side. Wacky Tobacco to slam at the back, trying to get some space with Dreaded DPS. He's on this high ground, totally uncontested, and snipes his Hanzo counterpart. Destructive Dude landing some fire strikes here at the end, and looks like FDAB will be repelled for the first attack.
So now that looks like the red team played that really bad, that they just ignored the Widow the whole time, but really what they did was they gained information. They now know the Widow's up there. Look at Wacky Tobacco to go, yep.
Oh!
If he would have hit that.
Attempt to try to dislodge that Widow, but you're right, he had the exact right idea there. It's going to be disrupt the Widow all day for him. Yeah, unfortunately he's going in a little too deep there and he gets caught out here in the middle, but red team looking like they still want to try to create the space. They want to at least establish this ground as theirs.
Yep, they're down 2 right now. I don't really see a reason why they should push in here. They should definitely reset and get out. They're kind of wasting time.
Yeah, because now they're sandwiched into this hallway. Yeah, Canuck picking up another kill onto Crystallize here. Wacky Tabaki is back very fast on that Hammond, and he is going to pull the pressure over to the point, but he is so weak and without heals. The team is very disorganized at this current moment.
Definitely here, send the body throw team here, not pushing into them.
Mango landing a shatter, perhaps, it looks like, and he gets the nano, and he's swinging through there. The invulnerability frisbee comes down from Otterbotter, and the opposing Reinhardt goes swinging here. Destructive Dude, seeing if he can do that Ryan v Ryan battle, dodges the charge with style, but gets left at the back, and red team looking like they might have the first point on red team, or on Hanamura.
Definitely a fight that Wrecking Ball loves at that point. Everyone was fighting different, like little 1v1s. Wrecking Ball was able to pick a target, collapse on it, move to the next target very fast. There's not a lot of time between kills there. Wrecking Ball easily scooping up those kills for him.
Yeah, so well done by Fine Dining and Breathing as they get 1 point on the board. Looking for point number 2 here, opting for this high ground take. Heron still has that EMP, Canuck has the Graviton as well, so a deadly combo might be coming up here. The rally to start it off for Fine Dining and Breathing. The tire to create some space, the EMP is in the back though, but will it be enough? The tire already does damage, takes out 2, Dirty Dan follows up with another kill onto the Sombra. And red team, yeah, here, Wacky Tabaki on the point, pulling the pressure down. Josh Danko drops down, and it looks like they're going to get 1 tick at least.
The hard thing about playing a Widowmaker plus Sombra is that they don't have the DPS potential to follow up on that EMP very well. It was very much up to the tanks to do all the damage after that EMP, and they just didn't have it.
Yeah, not at all. Dreaded DPS, he still is on this middle high ground here. Uncontested, landed a couple shots there. Otterbotter really coming through on this Baptiste, the ultimate. Really helping them out there, and they will keep point 2 in their control, but 2 ticks on the board for Fine Dining and Breathing.
I think all things said and done here, 2 ticks is something that they're okay with. Like, their Widow was up there the whole time. She can't really step on point, otherwise she'll just die instantly. This is 2 CP, so we're either going to be here for 20 minutes or 5. And it looks like they're going for that top approach again, take that high ground away.
Yep. Nano and Dragon Strike on board for Fine Dining and Breathing, and actually Dakumura Death Squad, they don't have anything online yet, but that EMP is going to be very close. He's actually going to farm it right off Wacky Tabaki, and the retreat not sounded yet. Looks like they just want to hold this high ground. Maybe they can get a pick of their own. They know their Hammond's going to be back fast.
So they made a very conscious decision to have everyone collapse on the point the second that it was being taken by Wacky Tabaki. So they're remembering to stay as a team here. Leaving like 1 or 2 people up on the high ground, they just get pushed and die.
Yeah, Josh Dango with the reverse charge onto Otterbotter. He has the nano, he's swinging, picks up another one, and he is making all sorts of space on this point though. But Destructive Dude with the 3-man shatter from behind. Will they be able to clean these kills up? It looks like they might be able to. Dreaded DPS still on this high ground, uncontested, landing all the Widow shots that he would love to hit here. And yeah, Red Squad, Fine Dining and Breathing, not get any more progress. So I guess the point gap, they only have 1 tick left.
So looking at the team composition here, red team that has the Wrecking Ball on them, it's like half in very aggressive and half out at the same time. They're like sticking their toes in on a fight and then also just not being able to commit to it. Like their Wrecking Ball is going in and causing disruption and taking the point when they don't want it, but there's no one there to back it up. Like they're having a Brigitte. That he is not very smart. They need to either all go dive or all go deathball.
Yeah, agreed. And it looks like Josh Danko was hearing your claims here. He switches over to the Winston, so they now have mobile tanks for this front line here, and there it is. They get Dreaded DPS off that high ground onto another one, perhaps. Heron also chilling up there with him, and Josh Danko is going to be the first casualty of the fight here. Evil Light has switched over to the Genji, so they are, yeah, like you said, going for a more dive-oriented focus here. Hopefully to dislodge this Widow.
Hey.
I wonder what team is going to be able to best use Baptiste's ultimate, the little field of damage amplification. Because it seems like it's really hard to get good usage out of it. Or teams are struggling with it right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's an ability I don't think really anyone in the Overwatch community truly understands when the best times or worst times are to use it. But I mean, Autobot, he's doing a serviceable job here on Baptiste in week 1. Certainly seen some good invulnerability frisbees.
That is, I love calling it frisbee.
Yeah,
I think that's just the term that we have to call it.
I don't know what the hell it's called.
Shoot that frisbee.
Yeah, and a big fight erupts here. Heron with the EMP, but it might have been a little too late because back, he swung in, he dropped the eggs, and the point is littered with destruction here, though. Nano boost onto Josh Danko, the rally coming through as well for Fine Dining Breeding. They want to end this map now, at least for their attack destructive dude. There's the Primal Rage to knock him off the point here, and it should be a point cap for Fine Dining Breathing. Good job to them. I think is a little under a minute on the clock there.
One thing that really won them that fight was keeping the Ana on the high ground. The defending team was running Rein Zarya, not able to retake high ground once they fall off, which they've been doing at the beginning of every push. So they fall off onto point because it's getting contested by the Wrecking Ball. Ana being able to sit up on that high ground without anyone to contest her, just let her heal her entire team throughout the whole fight. They were able to sustain it, and they eventually won with all their ultimates.
Yep, exactly, and I mean, I'll take 2 points on Hanamura any day. Capping the second point could be especially difficult, so good job by Fine Dining Breathing. We'll see what the Dakimura Death Squad can do here on attack. Definitely expecting the Sombra out of Herod once again. They can run a pharmacy though. AJ0, known for his mercy play in the past, so also another valid option if they feel like the hit scan threat is not there. Which it might not be here. Dirty Dan's got the hog
Eva Light's
covered.
on the McCree here.
Yeah, there it is. Eva Light really expanding his hero pool over the BOL seasons here. He's got a lot in his pocket, and McCree's going to be the choice today. Dreaded DPS once again on this Widowmaker, who's been doing a pretty good job, but I mean, he's not having a lot of pressure on him either.
Yeah, it looks like FDAB's gonna be looking to do like a counter dive setup with Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball probably being the one to go and get in the way of that Widowmaker. This point notoriously can be really good for Widowmakers if they go uncontested. So look to Wacky Tobacco to make those plays. And here comes Heron scouting out.
Yeah, an interesting high ground setup here from this bunker comp. Usually it's done over on the other side, but I do like it. You do have access to that mega very easily as well, and Sombras really like to set up their base camp over there as well. And they have the Brig in Crystallize again to try to dissuade Heron from hacking anyone in the backline. Yeah, he's already on the point, invisible. I think he's just scouting for his team, trying to figure out what the best combination is. And there's a lot of hero switches actually coming from the Dakimakura Death Squad.
Yep, so Heron looking to hack whoever he can get to. Look to be Josh Danko there on the Orisa. Josh looking to the point to see where everyone is, because there hasn't really been a push yet. This is
a minute,
so
a full minute, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, without anyone really from the blue squad stepping up to the plate. But here it is, the charge comes through from Destructive Dude. Whacks it back, he got to swing around that bell, hoping to create some disruption. 1 for 1 so far. Josh Danko redeploys the Orisa shield onto the point. But Heron, he's picking off another support in the backline here. Can Fine Dining and Breathing stabilize this fight? It might not be so today. And yeah, Dreaded DPS, he's still in the choke, still getting those free shots on Widow. And it should be a 0.1 cap here for the Death Squad.
Was that like probably 20 seconds straight of the Wrecking Ball swinging on point back and forth?
Yeah, that's also another change this patch, folks. When he presses his E, his shield, he doesn't go out of ball form, so you can basically swing infinitely now and just stall, which I guess was probably the best option for him there. And yeah, unfortunately not going to be enough for them to hold 0.1 here, but they are set up in this high ground here, and he's so sneaky. He's already on these rafters as Sombra.
And
doesn't get the hack out on Josh Danko though, but they do have the point control. But 2 quick picks on a Dreaded DPS, that might open everything up here for a quick 0.2. Destructive Dude with another one on the board. Hog on the Dirty Dan, trying to do his best here. Danko as well. They got tanks out, they got the good stall tanks going onto the point. Evilite switching over to the Tracer even. But it's all blue in the kill feed. Another headshot, and it's looking grim here for Fine Dining and Breathing Crystallize doing his best to stall at this point. But it might not be enough. Josh Danko now with the defense matrix. Wax to Backy now back on this Hammond. Hammond all comes through, but Dread DPS, he's still on this high ground, totally uncontested, getting all the headshots that he wants.
Looking like stall picks are coming out here.
Yeah, doing everything they can. The grab off the point, smart by Canuck there, and that's a very fast time on Hanamura.
Now one thing, and I know Destructive Dude called this, he's a good friend of mine, we run strats sometimes. He saw that they were all on the high ground, realized that no one was on point and they weren't able to get to point faster than them. They charged point and kind of flipped it to where they were in between them and their spawn. FDAB. FDAB was trapped outside of the point and had to fight just to get to point.
True, yeah, they definitely beat them there on the speedy pass onto point, and then once they dropped down to the point, they didn't have any kind of high ground recontest for that Widow. Well, I guess they did, but they got their focused on stalling the point.
So Crystallize finally going off of the Brigitte, do you think it was like a comfort pick for him, or was he very worried about Sombra? What do you think there?
I think it's a comfort pick from last season if I had to guess. I'm actually not quite sure what heroes he played most often in the last season, but I know that he in the past has played a lot of Zarya, but otherwise I think he opts for a support pool. Obviously that's why we see him in that support role nowadays. But yeah, Brigitte, just an easier champ to really get the mechanics going. Also really good against Sombra, so I guess really that was the idea there. And now over to the Baptiste, which I do like. I do like people using Baptiste more often than not. I think he's a pretty strong hero from what I've seen so far. But I guess we will see a little bit more healing output as well. Maybe that's what they needed here.
How annoying Heron is in the back line. He got Sleep and Anna nade out of Cuban Pete.
Ooh,
and was
that's
able to get
big.
Out. And he also got the Frisbee off Crystallize.
Oh, that's huge. Baiting out so many cooldowns. Sombra loves that. Loves to see that all day, every day here. And there it is, a dive onto Dreaded DPS. That Widow on that top ground, Josh Danko, and Eva like looking for the kill there, but he will get pocketed. He will retreat to the point with his team. Red team Frisbee coming out, trying to get some ground going, but not looking like this push is gonna make it. And actually, it's 10 seconds left, so I think that was the push.
Yeah, we're looking at a Genji here to touch, and then everyone switch to Wrecking Ball, please, and help me on point.
Oh, Wacky was in the background, but he will get taken out. Also, I mean, Sombra against Hammond is a very good matchup for the Sombra. A defensive Sombra, even. You don't need to do the thing where you go in the back line and harass the supports. As long as you just hack Hammond, he is useless.
Yeah, you get Gatling guns that do 5 damage per shot, and then you feed once you get hacked as Hammond.
Yeah. So I mean, he really is sticking to it. I mean, I've seen the skills, man. He is a very good Hammond, but at some point you gotta question: do I keep playing this into Sombra? Is it efficient?
Yeah, no, definitely. What are you looking at here for the full hold on the defense? You thinking of Bastion? You thinking of Torbjorn? What's gonna happen here?
Yeah, we'll see how flashy the Dakimura Death Squad wants to get here. But it looks like they're just gonna run sort of their standard comp that they had been running. HS here on a Moira though, which I believe he's been on Mercy a little bit, maybe Anna. Not sure, but Otterbotter has been on Baptiste or Lucio.
Yep, definitely FDAB here, going for the full bunker comp, both Hog and Orisa, and instead of the Brigitte, they have Baptiste with the Frisbee of Life.
Oh, right, yes, I realized I was talking about the wrong team. But yes, now, yeah, I definitely agree. This is a good idea from the Fine Dining and Breathing. They got a long road ahead of them. 5-18 now on the defense for them. Loving this composition out of them. Really love Soldier. Glad to see that he's making a return. Also, Hanzo. Hanzo, I think, is actually a pretty good pick against a Widow when you can't play the Widow, but you have to contest the Widow a little bit. Sonic Arrow is very good for making the Widow think twice in the sleep. It's coming up big, and there's the hook. I love the teamwork there. Taking out Dreaded DPS for that aggressive positioning.
I want to see Wacky Tabaki calling halts, and Josh Danko following up with hooks. I want big halt-hook combinations to stop this dive comp, and that's how they hold for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, right. That is sort of the main play here for them. They have to be able to sort of peel off that Winston, peel off that Diva, dislodge the Widow, really just make her job hard if they want to try to survive this. And there it is, Heron. He's going to start the rotation here. The point pressure is happening. They only need one tick, so they got to be really fast about this. Wacky to back, he puts himself in the corner. The invulnerability Frisbee, not quick enough though, unfortunately. The hack going on to Josh Danko, and he's going to get shredded. And there it is, the Daki Makura Death Squad winning Hanamura.
Yes, with the decisive victory over FDAB here. Who play the game is?
Play of the game.
Josh Danko, okay. Winston, well, very cool Halloween opening. Haven't seen that one before. But pretty standard left clicking here, holding it, still nanoed.
A little bit of zap zap.
Little zap zap, and he got the primal. Nice. Maybe not a super flashy game from any other hero. But holy damn, 37% of the team damage taken for AJS Hero on that main healer role, and doing a pretty good job of keeping his front line alive.
So what's our next map here?
Eichenwald.
Eichenwald, second point here. We're gonna see huge Widowmaker plays. Calling it right now.
Yeah, I mean, Dreaded DPS, he's probably really liking the map pool tonight, right? If this is really going to be his go-to pick, if he's going to be known as the Widowmaker player in the BOL, Hanamura, Eichenwald, and Route 66 was a good night for him. And yeah, maybe not on the first point here for Widow, but yeah, you're right. Definitely in that Streets phase, the castle section of Eichenwald is super open, Widowmaker playground. And yeah, it looks like we're getting a substitution here from Fine Dining and Breathing. Traded computers. All right, Dirty Dan gonna be making the exit here, and Vampy Worm coming in. So I mean, interesting. Dirty Dan here. He went for $2 in the draft. He was unranked at that point of the draft, and looks like the peak SR of 2,999. Which, if that's actually true, that's tragic. But yeah, Vampy Worm, he only went for $1. Looks like he was last pick overall for this team. 2,499 was his current SR, but he maxed out at 3,000, so technically he's one SR higher. We'll see if he can make the difference here.
I think that FDAB's just trying to find their bread and butter. They want to know what comps they can run against these teams as the weeks progress, what they're comfortable with. And swapping out different players to play to their hero pool is a smart move.
Yeah, especially in week number one. This is the time you really want to try out every option, see which ones gel best together. So, do we have some invites going out? There it is. Oh, Vampy Worm logging on.
Probably just got the word that he's in. He's so excited and he's jumping up and down, ready to play for his team.
But the Death Squad, let's talk a little bit about them. They are looking pretty good out of the gate here on Hanamura.
I wonder what Dreaded DPS does once he gets countered as Widowmaker. What hero does he swap to? How does he play the game when he can't play Widowmaker? Because that's all we've seen him on tonight, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like literally only Widowmaker, and honestly, he doesn't have a reason to switch off of it. At every point of that map, you got to think to yourself: do I say Widow? Hell yeah! I am getting rarely pressured. I have free shots onto the points. It's been a good Widow night for him. But yeah, that is a good question. I mean, just checking out his profile here quickly, it looks like he's all about that Ashe here, maybe in the current competitive season, which I also believe is another really strong champion, folks. BOL spectators, listen up. There's some busted heroes this patch. We just got to find out which ones are the most busted.
Ashe seems to pair really well with Mercy. Notably, they have AGS 0 on that team. Renowned world star Mercy player.
Yeah, arguably one of the best in prior seasons, but I think that crown has been taken over by some other players here. But yeah, we are We got the substitutions in here, folks. Vampy Worm, he's in the server, in the lobby. We're going to start it up here on Eichenwald Game 2.
Traveling to Eichenwald.
Should be a fun one here, because the first point, defense, I think you can do a lot of, I'll say cool things. I won't say cheesy, necessarily. But I'd be interested to see if this team maybe keeps running that Junkrat. I know they were running it earlier, or maybe not. Hanzo, what was Evo playing?
No one's
Genji?
locking anything quite yet here.
Yeah.
We've
But yeah,
seen
Junkrat
Wacky
very good here on
Tabaki.
defense. Torb also has some pretty good spots as well.
We've seen Wacky play Symmetra in the past, or at least
Oh.
in Friday Night Fights, we've seen it. So if he brings that hero here, it could be good on defense.
Yeah, well, very good point there. Yeah, this is actually a really good Symmetra map. I had a lot of different junctions.
Ready for battle.
But here it is. Yes, we get to see Heron on the Pharah.
Oh, and there it is, like you said, the Ashe as well from Dreaded DPS.
Yeah, and that's also a real smart pickup. I know I played it on our Eichenwald defense, and it seemed to work out pretty well. It's really about that dynamite, folks. The dynamite, if you're able to land it above the enemy team as they progress through a small choke, and you're able to get that shot off, it is just a ton of DPS. But more importantly, it builds up your ult charge. You can build Bob so fast. You can pretty much have it up every fight if you do it right. And there was also a change with damage over time this patch as well. It's not mitigated by armor. So Venom Mines, Dynamite, other abilities that do damage over time. But yeah, not being mitigated by armor is actually a really big deal. And
30,
I think
would you say that it's a dreaded amount of DPS?
I would dare say that is a dreaded amount of DPS. And yeah, there's Wacky Tabaki. He's just rolling through. Don't worry about him.
He's going to get a point here in a second, regroup with his team.
Oh, but dreaded DPS flexing on this Ashe, able to pick up 2 quick kills. Now Wacky Tabaki, he's behind enemy lines, but are they going to care about him? He's just peeking his head out. That's so cute. But they do have to keep him in mind, right? He is a threat to that point. Someone has to deal with him. Autobot are maybe going in by himself here. Gonna have some support of Canuck though. It's a 2v1. Wacky Tabaki, he just rolling through.
He wants to go home, man.
Very nicely done there. And HSO, yeah, he's on this Mercy. He's gonna be hard pocketing his Rhyme, but he has to fly out of there. Dangerous situation. Destructive Dude has to charge out as well. But Fine Dining and Breathing, they're gonna get the first pick of this fight. Very good start for them, but it's gonna be traded back, and then Dreaded DPS gets the res. Make it 2 for him, and yeah, looking like the retreat's got to be sounded here for the red side.
Look for DDS to win the tank fight here, because it's a Rein Zarya versus a Rein, and then a Wrecking Ball who just does whatever he wants. They're going to win that fight 9 times out of 10. What I want to see here is Wacky swap over to D.Va, be able to eat that grab and stop that Dynamite.
Yes, oh yeah, very big to eat the Dynamite, because that seems to be giving him a lot of trouble here, it appears. And I mean, yeah, there it is. The Bob has been online for a little bit, I assume, already at this point. Heron with the barrage over the top gets damage boosted as well. They did not see that coming. They didn't have any tools to stop that early on. And it will be kind of a team wipe here. Fine Dining and Breathing. Wacky Tabaki, he's got to roll out.
I didn't see that charge. Did that come from downtown onto Josh Danko?
I think it might have been, yeah.
Thanks for the
Oh, he's just styling. Drew loves to make those cool flashy plays on Reinhardt, and they got a bunch of ultimates on board. Fine Dining Breathing also has a lot on board as well. So I think this battle is going to be ult heavy, to say the least. Wacky Tabaki, there it is. He flings up into the sky, launches those mines into the ground. Here's the Transcendence from Autobotter to counter. Josh Danko with a slam of his own gets Dreaded DPS down onto the ground. He's in this small room, and he does get taken out, but his last dying breath, he launches the bomb of his own, takes out Vampy Worm. There's the res behind the corner, risky. But it might be Death Squad stabilizing here. I don't know. They are on point all together here. And Red Squad without a main tank, yeah, they're calling the retreat.
At the start of that fight, Dreaded DPS had a huge TNT on both of the hit scan players of FDAB. Forced them out, and then the Wrecking Ball went in and committed to a fight that his team was not a part of.
Yeah, and it's getting down to the wire here for Fine Dining and Breathing. Less than a minute now on this attack for Eichenwald. That pick on the Wacky Tabaki, he's not going to help too much here. The grab comes through, only picks up 1. But it's another stagger, more time lost, and we were definitely entering the definite 1-fight territory now. for fine dining and breathing. Maybe if they're fast on a second touch here, but yeah, certainly gonna be the last attempt here. And looking at ult economy, Wacky switching over to the Widow. Enough with the ball. There's Crystallize on Mercy now for the damage boost. They have 3 hit scan, Widow, McCree, Soldier, a solo tank Diva. I mean, this looks like desperation for me.
Heron's days are numbered.
That's true.
3 people have his number right now.
I mean, was that the problem though? I guess that's the answer here for fine dining and breathing. The Bob comes through preemptively. Slam's got to pick up Josh Danko. Bob's picking up so many kills in the back line. And yeah, no progress made here for the red side attack. The playbook is wide open here for the Dakimakura Death Squad. Thinking they either practice some Sombra or they try the pharmacy over the roof here on the right side.
They didn't pull out any cheese, FDAB last map. Are they going to pull anything out here? Do we Bastion? Petra? Get a Torbjorn?
Yeah,
how do we beat this
I think they gotta try
means?
something really crazy here. At least to throw off the Death Squad off their rhythm, man. They seem well oiled. Nothing really is troubling them from fine dining and breathing. Oh wait a minute! There's some voices from the beyond.
Murmurs from.
It's the goat zombie erupting from the grave. I'm not dead. Oh my god, that's so scary. Zombie goats. Will we see it here? Is that the solution? I mean, it's the boring solution. I think it actually might be a very good solution in their case. Oh, but here it is, the Symmetra you're talking about, this pocket pick that maybe the Death Squad doesn't know about. Or maybe they do, but they will find out soon enough here. Symmetra, Torb, Widowmaker. I mean, a couple seasons ago, I'd say these guys are throwing and I'd report them.
No, definitely. Against this slow comp, notice they're playing Reinzari, they do not have a Lucio. They're going to get torn apart by the Symmetra turrets, by the Torb turret, by all the damage that's being thrown their way. They have to really rely on the Pharah to go make something happen.
Oh,
pause coming out.
D-Tech? Okay. We got the pause. Boom. But now it's been shown. Both teams should know by pressing tab. I can't press tab actually, but I can see it. Evo is lagging hard, so we'll take a short technical timeout, folks. We'll hopefully get his leg sorted out. I was gonna mention though, Evo, he's on this Widow, and he's gonna have a tough task ahead of him because he has to worry about the threat from the skies, this pharmacy, and also the opposing Widow, who will certainly be looking for him once he realizes he is playing Widow. So.
Yeah, definitely. His team's gonna prioritize him taking out that pharmacy, but while he's looking for them, he's not gonna see the other scope directly at him.
Yeah, and it looks like everything is sorted. We're just gonna get some ready ups from the squad here, and we'll get right back into game. This is gonna be tough, but I believe fine dining and breathing. Let's see if they can pull it off here on Eichenwald defense.
Look for Heron to kill these turrets, these Symmetra turrets, on the other end of the bridge, and then his team can come in. That's the order of things that need to happen. So here he goes, killing the turrets. Now his team can push in.
Yep. Oh wow, nice textbook.
And Heron's just going aggro.
Wacky uses the teleport to go into the backline. He's looking for the 1v1 with the Widow. But meanwhile, Pharah taking out a Widow of his own. Might be falling here already for fine dining and breathing because they went back to the point, but they don't have the right orientation. It's all blue in the kill feed. I don't know, did Wacky even pick up the kill on the back line? It did not appear so. And that will be the Death Squad once again picking up a relatively easy map, it looks like, for them here in game 2.
Play of the game.
Like Dirty Dan's coming back.
Yeah, and here it is, Dreaded TPS on Ashe. I mean, pretty much any of these defensive holds here, he was popping off on this Ashe. There's a nice Discord into headshot. Bob's just picking up all the free. Bob did more work for him, more work than him in that play of the game. But hey, man, I'll take a robot that shoots for me. %61% average energy for Canuck, which is
that's pretty high, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. I mean, it's no GOAT's level of average energy, but
Yeah, that's like 99 though. Like that's hard to beat.
true, yeah. So we're moving on to Route 66. It's going to be an escort map. We could see some pirate ships and Bastion onto a point here as well.
I'd like to see Sebastian come out. I have in the past not been a stranger to locking that Bastion and sitting on cart. It would be really nice to see.
Yeah, I think it would be too. But once again, you gotta think. Is Heron? I guess they could probably scout it out. It's an okay pharmacy defense. Not really, actually, on the first point. Sombra is probably the more ideal pick for Heron, which can be quite a nuisance to a very static Bastion on the cart. Just gotta be fast. Gotta do those quick 180s.
If they do pick a Bastion, I would like to see a D.Va standing behind the cart, ready to DM, ready to shoot the Sombra to interrupt the hack. That's what they need to win that fight.
Yep, constantly left-clicking D.Va is the true bane to any Sombra. Also, Baptiste, being very good at kind of holding static positions. He's really just sort of a static Lucio in my mind, it appears. He's got AoE healing, but instead of a defensive ult, it's very offensive. So you could see a fuck ton of Bastion damage, actually, if you pair that together.
Because he
I don't want to
doesn't
know what a
already do
tank
enough.
form does through that field.
Let's see, 200% damage. A lot.
I mean, one shot's 200 health, right? Tanks, or
yeah, it'll
very
one shot
close.
squishies already. So
Yes.
like one shot to kill Zarya,
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go.
very least.
That's good.
I'll take it.
We're trying again here. We're getting some readies from both sides, perhaps. Cool. There we go. Gonna start it up here. So Death Squad, they're looking for the clean 3-0 tonight to really establish their dominance in the BOL. Season 6, it is certainly looking like that. I mean, we got the rotation back over. Oh wait, who did they sub out? They subbed Evil Light, actually.
Evil Light's out.
Yeah.
Do you think it's lag issues or is it?
Yeah. I mean, he like instantly disconnected after the last game. Could be a rage quit, but I think with the latency issues, it's probably like, yeah, don't even try me tonight.
All right.
But we'll see. I mean, Evil Light, he went for $2 as well, and technically he has a lower peak SR than Dirty Dan and Vampy Worm, which at the end of the day doesn't mean everything. He was also one of their only DPS and players selected with a 3 in that role, so maybe not gonna go so well. Less DPS against this Death Squad. We'll see how they have to handle all those threats.
Looks like DDS actually opting for the Ashe instead of the Widow here on defense. And Heron playing Junkrat. That's we haven't seen him on that yet.
No, we haven't. Maybe this is sort of the new hotness in his hero pool. Definitely a good hero to select if I do say so myself. Think he's also very strong this patch. And yeah, I mean, I like this because this is thinking they're probably gonna run a Bastion, right? So
And he put a
shield.
trap on cart, expecting the Bastion to go there.
Yeah, they're looking for a cheese. I mean, but with the Orisa shield, I think it's you give up your surprise element there. But I have seen this trap before, maybe very recently on Monday night. Who knows? But they're gonna do this thing. You sometimes see it on Dorado first point. Basically, the defensive team holds really close and stops the progress of the cart. Very key that they keep the shield up and that they keep their bodies there so the cart doesn't move past it. And Josh Dango, he does get res. He's on a Genji, and he picks
It's quad
up.
DPS.
Yeah,
doing
quad
it.
DPS. Holy shit, on attack. This is nuts. But oh my god, the Death Squad really just staying in the tunnel, stabilizing, making sure that the heals come through, and they are able to win this first fight. It appears the dynamite pop goes crystallize, and yeah, I mean,
DPS has no
they got
fear
really
of peeking
reorganized
outside
here.
the shield right now. He's just trying to style on them.
Oh! Nice! Rolls through the tunnel, pushes down AGSU from behind the Orisa shield, and Crystallize is going to be able to pick up that quick kill. Heron going in, looking like a suicide attempt, but maybe not! Heron picks up a triple kill on the close range Junkrat. Someone's got to stop this guy.
They can hold off here and wait until they're at full power. They can kill these 3 on cart very quickly, and then kill the next 3 that are coming back from spawn.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do right now. They need to fight right now when they have the advantage.
Yes, yeah, very long spawns here for the defense team on Route 66. Autobotter, AGSU is going to get off a super risky res. He will pay his life for it, though. And then Autobotter goes down as well. This is what we call not worth in the Mercy game days. And Crystallize, he is on this Widow, so I mean, he is going to be a constant threat to dreaded DPS, right? Who can't really stay in the sightlines uncontested, at least for free. Josh Danko gets pulled in, and he actually does get killed. Destructive dude with some nice Orisa work there. Whacking it back, he's going in. He just lost a team member, but he's gonna pick up Heron on the backside, and it's all red in the kill feed now. Dragon comes through, why not? Not hit too much there, but Dread DPS will pick up a return kill.
So they have
tire.
more damage than they need to break the shield. They should not be playing Orisa Hog right now. Like, Hog is good in 4 DPS because he can get that hook and get that 1-hit kill. Orisa dies in 1 hit.
Yeah. Yep, definitely way too static here. Pretty much any other main tank would do a better job. I mean, it's still very tough though. If you do have a shield, it is going to get burned down by all of this DPS. And red side, yeah, Fine Dining Breathing. Looks like they're going to stick on this for point 2 here. Makes a lot of sense. Some really good sightlines for Widow and Hanzo and Soldier here as we move into the streets phase of Route 66. Oh, dreaded DPS just picking up more headshots in the open here. And Harry gonna pick up a kill on Josh Danko in the back, perhaps. Whacks it back. He keeps going in, but he's getting the kill.
This is overall usage on DDS right here. They don't need all these.
Oh my god, they popped all 4.
They are playing very fast and loose right now, which is weird because they have 3 people who scream constantly. You think they'd be able to know what they want to do and when they want to do it, unless they can't hear each other.
Right, yeah, I guess there was too many screams at once. Everyone thought pop ults was the call. They use all 4 of them, which, I mean, if you're Fine Dining Breathing, hopefully you recognized and you say, that's good. The next fight should be ours here, but this EMP, it's an alt economy resetter. It is so powerful because if you're able to get it off at first, the ults on the other team don't matter. But here it is, Vampyworm with the visor early on. He's gonna pick out Widow and Mercy. So we're gonna call that visor worth at the end of the day. Heron in the backline trying to take him out though, but he's pocketed by this Mercy. Crystallized with the headshot over the top onto Heron as well. And it's gonna be some card progress here for Fine Dining and Breathing.
At the end of the day, that flank visor was all they needed to win the fight. Keep pocketing Vampyworm throughout the whole visor. He's able to kill the whole team. Be able to target the Frisbee, kill it, so that anyone within the Frisbee dies afterwards.
Yeah, real heads up play there from Fine Dining and Breathing because they didn't use a lot in that fight. Really just the visor and the Valkyrie, which are pretty good ults to combo together here. The Dragon Strike coming through. Looks like he's trying to cut off some kind of entrance. Oh, I think he spotted out Mercy in that lower right tunnel. That might have been the play there, but Crystallize, he is getting pressured by a lot of members here on the top of Saloon from the Death Squad. Are they able to peel back? Are they able to protect their DPS while they do the damage to these tanks, threatening their backline? It doesn't appear so, as their kills are going back and forth. Enough really coming through on this D.Va. But the point was capped! Let her number!
Wacky Tabacky realized during that fight that everyone was focused on killing the Mercy, killing that backline, killing all the DPSs, that he said, hey, I'm gonna cap this point real quick.
Oh man, that got me. I wasn't even looking over there. That's yeah, that's a WP. Exactly, Crystallize. You'll take that any day of the week. In a definite lost fight for Fine Dining and Breathing as well. But they are true to the quad DPS. They are sticking on it here in the hangar phase of Route 66, a very close quarters, narrow hallway. And they're looking for the deeps, kills traded back and forth. Dreaded DPS on this high ground. He is going to get pressured out by Josh Danko. What can he do here with the Mercy Pocket? Has to dash out. Gets a Venom Mine as a parting gift. But oh, actually picks up the headshot on him. Making 2 For Dreaded DPS, the rest is going to get Josh Dangle back up in the fight, but it's still a 5v6. Diva Bomb coming in over the top. Picks out Q. Definite retreat needs to be called here for the red squad.
Yeah, FDAB really has no way to defend against well-placed Diva Bomb. Genji Blade coming up here from Heron. A big monkey that just simply cannot die. They don't really have a defense against that. Their plan is to just kill them instantly. Hope that they win. It's just like old school diet.
Yeah. The idea is, just you have too many threats. Who do you deal with? You don't deal with anyone efficiently, and the quad DPS picks everyone off one by one. But Dreaded DPS, he is doing his damnedest to keep the dream alive for the full, or not 3 points here. Find Dying and Breathing. Fight really all over the place. Structed with the Primal Rage in the backline, able to pick up Crystallize. Nux makes it another one, and it's just all over the place to find Dying and Breathing.
Yeah, with that Valkyrie from who's that? From Swift, the fight was over. They have to look for next fight here.
Autobotter on the Lucio now, and he does have that sound barrier in pocket, so that will surely be used here in the next fight to keep his team healthy. Herod picking out Wacky-Tabacky. I mean, this gotta do the regroups here. We're entering the one fight territory because they still have to push the cart all the way to the end here, and it's just pick after pick here for the blue side. The Death Squad truly living up to their name.
Yeah, Crystal is here not winning a whole lot of these Widow v Widow duels. I'd like to see him on something like a more mobile hero, maybe a Reaper to deal with these dive tanks.
And 15 seconds now on the clock here. Vampy Worm, he's really the only one on guard trying to push it through as his main tank is taking a nap in the back line. He's going to get hacked and taken out as well. And I mean, it's full desperation now. Dirty Dan, really the only surviving member, will get pushed off with the self-destruct at the very least. EMP to follow it through. I don't think anyone can get here in time. No, just kidding. Wacky-Tabacky, he is here on the rollout, and he does get the ultimate. This actually might be good. Vampy Word comes back on the Reaper. A very good pick here. The Valkyrie is popped from AJ0 by the Death Squad, thinking maybe this isn't over yet.
FDAB really pinned down right now. Or no, actually, the Widow, Dreaded DPS is being contested over here by Josh, so they're actually able to free push. Now that Dreaded DPS is back up, they need to hunker down, they need to send someone up there to deal with that.
Yep. And Dragon Strike from behind. The Deadliest Dragon is the unseen one, but not going to be very effective there as he actually gets taken out on the backside of the fight as well. And Josh Dangle on this Tracer, he is all about taking out this Widow on this high ground. Doing the best that he can, but they call it out, they take him out. The Pulse Bomb does come through on the AJ0. Red Squad, they're still keeping the dream alive, but maybe not for long. Overtime Wick burns out. It's only going to be 2 points on the board for Fine Dying and Breathing.
They did a good job pushing there at the end. Usually, at the end of the map like that, swaps come out, people just want to stall, but they were actually able to pull it together, grab that Reaper pick, keep Reaper on the cart to kill those dive tanks that are overextending. They're able to push it farther than I actually thought they would.
Yeah, that was a very good overtime fight there. Good things to practice in those really clutch moments, keeping your calm, trading, people going back in to keep the overtime dream alive. Reaper is a pick I would have loved to see earlier once they entered the hangar.
Yeah,
perhaps.
definitely at the beginning of the hangar, that would have been nice.
Yeah. Well, God bless America.
I wish that the 4th of July was every week.
True, that'd be pretty fun.
Because
what
country
fireworks
is better than America? And I just want to celebrate that every Friday.
Every Friday? Why not? Yeah, exactly. We should all be more patriotic here in the United States of America.
And looks like Heron being the most patriotic out of all of us, locking Bastion.
Yes, the true American robot, or Omnic, or Death Robot. I don't know. Lore.
Just wanted to be nice. Then the flashbacks.
And here we go, Death Squad rolling out from the diner on Route 66. Dreaded DPS on Widow. You probably could have guessed it. The Mercy boost also coming in for him. Very deadly here as he just lines up that side line. He's gonna see a big old Orisa shield on top of Big Earls. And it's gonna be a Torbjorn from Wacky to Backy as they are gonna try that strat out. And not gonna go too well here. Dreaded DPS picking up 3 kills all on his own here.
Yeah, Dreaded DPS seeing that they have an opposing Widowmaker on the other team. Crystallize playing it in the back right side corner. Sees that and immediately says, "I'm gonna kill that Widowmaker," and then he does.
Yep. Oh, Crystallize. Not even seeing the guy behind him, but maybe did. Not a lot to do there. Seemed like a lost fight at the very beginning, and gonna be an easy first point here for the Death Squad.
So looking like they're keeping their comp the way it was in the previous attack here. FDAB not wanting to swap off and lose any ult economy. They don't really have anything to punish Cart very much. Like they still have that quad damage to try and break that shield, but they're looking at a Bastion shooting back at them.
Yeah, they're always gonna lose this shield battle any day of the week. Even if, you know, the fact that they even have an enemy Widow, right? Not the greatest at breaking shields, but he certainly does the job. I mean, he's usually picking out people from behind the shield as well. Dreaded DPS will get res in the back here on that cave entrance. And
Whip
Becky
does
actually
get
gonna pick up
punished
on the Mercy on the backside, so maybe a fight Red Squad is looking to have here. Invulnerability field comes down. Heron on the tank form.
Get out of my way.
Nano visor, or yeah, Nano Soldier without the visor coming through now.
That was a
There
good
it is.
dragon placed right on the Bastion. Now does Heron swap off the Bastion on a Sombra or something else? What does he do here? Yep, he's on Sombra.
Yeah, now we're looking like we're going back to what appears to be the default composition for the Death Squad. Widow Sombra, Mercy, Baptiste with some dive tanks, Winston and D.Va. Seems to be pretty effective so far tonight, and it looks like it's a good comp here on the Route 66 attack. Dreaded DPS, he's always going onto these sides looking for these flank shots, able to take out the turret as well. He sees the enemy Widow. Crystallize trying to step up to the plate, keep his team in the game here. Destructive Dude goes down early, and Canuck with the bomb over the top, triple kill for him. The res as well onto the Winston, and it looks like it's gonna be another point capped here for
once
the
that
Dakimakura Death Squad.
Once that Orisa puts down her shield, it's the easiest bomb of your life, pretty much. Toss it up, knowing that the shield can't be put anywhere else in the open on the cart where all the enemy DPS were. Triple kill, just like that. Even got the turret.
Enemy turret here.
Not by Danko, yeah. Not sure if we'll see too much Danko D.Va this season. Just based on the roles that I've seen tonight out of this squad. Walls are up for the blue side. Don't peek, very scary.
Heron's on the back, being annoying right now. Got out. Looks like Torb chasing with a hammer. Looks like hammer kill.
Yes,
He did it!
Whack in the back in. He's hammering the corpse. Lamau in the chat. The first Torb hammer kill, maybe ever in the BOL. I can't remember another one.
Oh, they did the Torb 1v1s.
The Torb 1v1's true. But in a real match, here we go. Torbjorn in Season 6. It is his time. What can Fine Dining Breathing do to stabilize here? Dreaded DPS, he is back in that back line. Crystallize, he's looking for him. He jumps in. He'll take the close range Widow battle. A fist in the face is what's going to end his life. And the AMP over the top. This is looking very bad. Dragon over the cart to try to dissuade them from moving forward.
This might be all she wrote for FDAB here. Looks like a DDS walking this payload to point pretty easily.
Yep, and the Death Squad picking up the 3-0 tonight here over Fine Dining and Breathing. Very well played from them. We'll see what the play of the game is. Dreaded DPS once again. This time
I wonder if
on the
he
Widow.
clicks on heads 30. Do you think he does
Yeah,
that?
I think there's going to be some head clicking right about now. Wow.
That was impressive.
Was a thick-ass, nasty flick. Wowzers. Okay, this guy fucks. I mean,
I'm not in it for the glory.
pretty solid Widow play.
He's definitely got a target on his back for the next week, the next few weeks actually. Who's the first team to dethrone him? That's what we want to know.
Yeah. I certainly hope it isn't me because I don't like Widow. So, but I'll play it if I have to. And that will do it for Game 2 tonight, folks. Death Squad 3-0 over Fine Dining Breathing. I'm 30, along with Free Fee, and we'll take a short break. Don't touch that browser, though, because game number 3, it's going to be 30 Senpais, Thrifty Senpais, Body Pillow, going up against Totes Magoats. Stay tuned.